Welcome back to the channel, guys. I have some other videos that I'm working on, but that goes on hold for a while because I have a sick baby at home, so she's getting all my attention. But I did manage to pick up a few matches earlier in the day while she was taking a nap, so I'll share those with you since they turned out to be pretty satisfying. And currently we're playing Spot the Dot. We've noticed something large on the horizon in these clouds, and there's only a few things it could be. Spoiler alert, it's a BV-238. You knew it would be. And the good news is, he brought a friend. Always more fun when I get to play with multiple sky whales. That's one of the things that makes this airplane so fun for me to fly. There's really nothing that's out of its league. It's capable of shooting down anything in the sky, and that makes it pretty entertaining. Norway is one of those maps that I hear a lot of complaints about from people that are in matches with me, but personally I find it pretty entertaining. It's a break from the regular tradition of maps that you often see, and even though it was far too common in some other lineups, it's one that I'm familiar with, and it's fun to intercept bombers on this map because interceptors have plenty of time to climb to altitude and plan their approach, and there's really only one direction the bombers tend to come from, so it's either high or low. And here you see us coming in toward this BV from the front to avoid his rear gunners, and of course we're going to pass behind him eventually, and unfortunately we're not able to take him out. It seems somewhat random how much of an effect the 37mm high explosive has on such a large target as the BV. Sometimes it'll blow the tail right off with just 1 or 2 hits. Other times you'll watch the fuselage soak quite a lot of damage before giving in. But we mostly avoid his gunners and move in to attack his counterpart. This one we were more in the rearward area, so we need to be more cautious, and you want to immediately pull away from a dying BV because they're going to spray bullets in all directions. And you see that even tumbling to his death, he manages to get some significant hits into my airframe. Now we go back to the first BV, and he's had plenty of time to realize the danger he's in, but there's really not much you can do against a 37mm high velocity or high explosive at this range, and we managed to finally take him out. Now he's tumbling and no doubt sending shots our way, so this match could have ended right here, and you know, honestly that's part of the excitement about chasing down these massive beasts of the sky. People have complained about the BV, and I was one of those people that picked it up right away when it was massively more powerful than it is now. And I had monster games back when I wasn't usually having monster games. I think that was the first airplane that I actually got 5 air kills in. I remember I used to engage boat mode, and that was right when War Thunder Naval Forces was being announced, and of course the first destroyer introduced into the game was the BV-238. But today I find the BV a fun challenge and an easy target. It's not difficult to land hits on that massive airframe, and it's not quite so monstrously durable as it used to be, but those defensive guns are just as deadly as ever, so it makes for a fun target and a change somewhat from the general dogfight meta that you see in this game, where bombers tend to normally be just food for interceptors. At least with the BV, they stand a fighting chance. And against somebody that knows what they're doing, well, a fun and engaging target. But now we're moving on to the lower altitude battle, because I have no interest in engaging in high altitude dogfights with BF-109s and Focke-Wulfs. They tend to cover each other fairly well, and they are elusive and slippery targets at altitude. But at lower altitude, they're much easier to engage, and I'm off to pick low-hanging fruit. I came here to kill bombers, and I have no intention of letting that P-108 land on his landing field. Now, on another map, I might have let him get away with it, but on Norway I'm just jealous. We don't get an airstrip, so you can't use yours, and if you feel like landing in the middle of a pitched battle, well, you reap what you sow. What do you think? Was that a dirty move? I don't really care. Now we're picking on another, what's that, an attacker I suppose. And this guy actually had some pretty good moves, so he was pulling all the right maneuvers to avoid me, but there's only so much you can do in a duck. We set a good fire in one of his engines, and the duck does need both of its engines to fly, so we're fairly confident that's going to be our kill, and we're moving on to the next target. Now a Bf-109, and he still has plenty of airspeed and a altitude advantage over us, so we don't try too hard to get his attention. But if he wants to turn with us, I'm fully confident in my ability to put up a decent fight at low altitude.